What is going on, guys? Today I wanted to talk about 3 books that I think everybody should read, especially if you're somebody who is wanting to better themselves or is on the journey of success and wants to learn more. I feel like reading is, I feel like reading is pretty underrated. I think most people get their information from their phones or the internet, but I think there's something very special about reading. Just the way the information enters your brain is a lot different. And I think it's very it's good to read, and you should be reading. So anyways, these 2 of these 3 books, I don't know if you would consider them self-help, but there's a lot of lessons in them that I think are very helpful. So the first book is Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. This book, my uncle actually gave it to me a few years ago. And it's actually a very entertaining book. Like if you just like reading for fun, I think you would like this one. There's a lot of lessons in it. I don't really want to spoil it, but it's basically about this guy named Dan, and he's an acrobat in college, and he's starting to feel kind of down on himself, and he meets this guy at a gas station, and this guy ends up becoming a mentor to him. That's a very bad explanation of this book. But they also made a movie about it. And I'm actually rereading this book now because I wanted to refresh myself on how it goes. And it's just, whenever I read this book, I just get transported into this story. And supposedly it's based on a true story. I don't know. It's a good book, though, and I think it's very helpful. Actually, I'm looking at the back of the book now, and it says it's considered a personal growth book. So there you go. Lots of useful information in this one. The next one we have is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And this is another one I got from my uncle. Shout out to my uncle. The Alchemist is a fantastic book, in my opinion. For some reason, I find that I can, in some weird metaphorical way, I can relate to the story of the alchemist in a very interesting way. The main character, Santiago, he's a shepherd boy, but he has these dreams of finding treasure, so he goes on this huge adventure across the world to find this treasure, and along the way he meets so many different people, and he has so many different adventures and trials that he goes through. And if you read The Alchemist from the perspective that it's a book about your own life, and the treasure that he's looking for is the thing that you are looking for in your own life, then it becomes a very interesting book. So I think this is a book I have to reread again. But this is another one where you can just read it as its own story, and I think it's just a very entertaining book, and it makes reading it very easy. Now the last one, this is more of a traditional self-help type of book, but I don't really see a lot of people talking about it, but it's one of my favorite books, and it's actually, when I got back into reading in my adult life, this was the first book I got, and it's The Law of Attraction by Michael Lozier. So a lot of people know about the book The Secret. I've never read it. I think that book really popularized, at least in modern times, the idea of attracting what you want into your life. But from what I've heard about The Secret, it's that it doesn't really explain how to do it. And I think The Law of Attraction by Michael Lozier does a very good job about explaining what the Law of Attraction is and how to use it practically. So I would definitely pick it up. I think it's also very easy to read. If you read this book, it's very easy to read, and there's a lot of practical tools you can use in it. So anyways, those are 3 books I would recommend that you read. And you know how it goes. I had to upload something. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.